Let the band play.
100K on the Protect, Philippe. Living life with no regrets. I can't designer when I get dressed. Summertime on winter fresh. I put her legs behind her head. Night, she gone to bed. Bye. Every day it's a new test. I just keep chasing these checks. Living life with no regrets. Living life with no regrets. Living life with no regrets. Living life with no regrets.
Boys good?
Yeah.
Ready to rip?
Great. Ready to go.
Awesome.
Go.
Here we go. Sled Talk listeners, welcome back to the next episode. Change of scenery. We are currently just outside of Coeur d'Alene, up at the Coeur Freshies winter kickoff party.
Yes, sir.
Got some returning guests, Jayden Ballard and Scott Iyer. Boys, welcome back onto the pod.
Thanks, dude.
Thank you.
We are definitely stoked to be here.
Yeah.
Heck
Stoked that you guys are here, actually.
Yeah, that's even better.
yeah. No, I was excited that you allowed us permission to come onto your property.
Well, heck yeah.
Come up here. And
I don't tell anybody
ahead of
no.
the party and be able to rip a couple podcasts. So I appreciate the invitation and thanks for letting us be here.
Yeah, of course,
Yeah,
man.
definitely.
Hell yeah. So I mentioned the word party. So let's just start right there. So both of you take us through what's happening tonight. What's going on?
Go for it.
Well, let's just start with last year. So last year 509 is actually one of our sponsors as well. But 509 kind of quit doing the winter premiere, snowmobile movie premiere a couple years ago. A lot of it was COVID related, and we wanted to still throw that vibe out. So we wanted to have like the party feel, all that. We didn't have a movie to premiere, but the premieres were always kind of like a party. So we were like, well, why don't we throw something together? It actually started out as Jayden being like, all right, let's see if we can get a couple locals to just like bring their sleds out, bring some like a case of beer and go from there. And then
I think I literally threw it out before I even talked to Scott about it. It was more like, okay, I'm going to throw a party and, everybody can just bring their sleds. I envisioned like maybe 10 people coming and, we could just work on our sleds and have a good time. And then it just caught traction big time.
And then, he told me about it and I was like, why don't we turn this into a thing? And then we started bouncing ideas off of each other. And then we were like, let's make this happen. And we planned on about 120-ish people last year, 100 people.
Yeah, I mean, on Facebook there was like 150, so we expected less than 100.
Yeah,
Sure.
And ended up with 150 or more. So turned into a thing. We had so much fun. It's an absolute blast. But that's where we are right now. We're doing that again this year. We have hopefully 200 or more people coming this year.
We can only hope and
That's
cross our fingers.
There's like 275 interested on Facebook.
Yeah. So
oh boy,
we're hoping for that. The more the better. So kind of the purpose of it is also we are raising money for IPAC, Idaho Panhandle Avalanche Center. So we have a ton of raffles, ton of just fun stuff to do. So we're got free beer, we got free food, just setting a vibe. So
heck yeah.
Yep. If you're in the area, come next year.
Yeah, there we go.
So speaking of all the raffle stuff, Jayden, why don't you take us through the viewers and listeners obviously can't see it, but over here to the left on the table, there's quite a few goodies. You want to talk about some names and some product over there?
Yeah, we have a lot of names to throw out. So part of my sponsors, part of Scott's sponsors, and then even just a couple local companies that, know what we're doing threw us stuff. So just to go like kind of through the table, I guess we've got Kyber One, Big Four. It's a dirt bike shop. They do snow bikes, but they were like, heck yeah, we'll throw you some stuff. Force Turbos, that's a new one this year. X2D Ride Co., Backwoods BMP, RSI, Straight Line, 509. They throw us a ton of stuff that we can't beat it.
They're good, very good to us.
Yeah.
Road Concepts, that's another one.
Oh, and
Cobra Cords.
of course, the beer sponsor as well. So Jason McKinney.
Ron McKinney.
Yeah. He kind of hooks us up with the Bunker Bar. They're good friends, so that's pretty awesome. IPAC is also good friends with another beer company, so they're hooking us up as well.
Heck yeah. My gosh, that's a lineup.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
and then,
that's
of course,
exciting.
you're hooking us up.
Huh?
You didn't come empty-handed.
Oh, no. No, I don't want to be that guy. Show up to the party empty-handed.
Yeah.
So, cool. Yeah, I'm super excited to throw down with you guys tonight. It's going to be looking forward to it. It's
Yeah.
nice
Yeah,
and
it's a
nice and
good
cold
time.
out. I was driving up here, and the clouds broke a little bit, and I saw this light.
It was
white
gorgeous,
man.
I thought it was
going to
stick
on top
around
of the
too.
trees.
Yep.
Snow's falling. I got a picture from a family member. We've got I don't know, like 6 inches between last night and this morning at our cabin where we ride.
Wow.
It's supposed to rain on like
Road
Tuesday
ride.
or
Let's
whatever.
go.
But yeah,
Breaking miles.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
Breaking miles.
No, I mean, you can look. There's 2 types of people in the world,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. So the snow is coming, and I don't even need to speak on excitement. I mean,
No.
it's like,
we're all there.
oh my gosh.
A couple
It's
of people
crazy.
have said it on Instagram, but like literally the hype for this year is just out of this world. I think that just so much
Yeah.
opportunity is here and everybody's jumping on it. So that's sweet to see.
Yep. Yep. Heck yeah. People are actually getting their sleds hopefully this year
I,
on time.
I hope so, man. I'm waiting
It should
very
be a-
impatiently.
Yeah, it should be a kick-ass season. So, speaking of that, where's your sled, Jayden?
It's not here yet. It's still in a packing shipment somewhere,
Maybe,
maybe.
hopefully.
Well, it's not at the dealership. I can tell you that much.
So, is that something? Have you released that publicly?
Not really. No.
Do you
I
have
mean,
a-
I don't have anything
Kind of.
against it.
Well, so
yeah, I mean,
here's the
people ask
thing.
me.
Is that we can skip over it, or we can talk about it, because the reality of it is this episode. Do you have like a time that you were going to disclose that publicly?
No. I mean, as soon as I get it, I mean, I just plan on making a video and then going from there. But
Okay. Do you want
Yeah,
to
I
talk
mean-
about it, or?
Yeah, let's talk about it. Come on.
I snow checked the links. I got a Shredder RE Turbo. It's a 154, so I am pumped for that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, dude, it's gonna be rowdy. I don't know. I kind of came to the decision where I have all the time in the world to, try what I want to try, and they came out with a new platform, and I'm stoked about it. So I just wanted to try it. So
Heck
we're
yeah.
gonna swap over.
Yeah. And so for anybody that doesn't know who you are, what you rode last year, what are you switching from?
Can they see this? In the back?
I don't think they can.
Can you see that?
That's all right.
Oh,
I've got
well,
a
the
2020 Polaris. It started
Very
as a
used.
163 Pro. I cut the tunnel 10 inches and threw a 155 Chaos under it. So, like Scott said, it's very used and
Very
abused.
used.
It's got 2,500 very hard miles on it.
Heck yeah.
Still running strong. It still runs.
Runs
It's
great.
Great
It's
though. It
rocking
rips. It
it's
rips.
rocking a SledSend hood too.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Is that the only part you sent me, or is there something else?
We had talked about a shock, I think, at
Oh,
one
yeah,
point,
yeah.
but
That's
then
right.
you ended
Yeah,
up
because
finding one.
he has 2 different springs. But if you look at his front
No,
shocks,
different shock.
oh, different shock. Okay. But that's another thing that you can touch on.
Yeah.
He's got 2 different front shocks,
Yep.
Gotcha.
and his skis are a little sideways. And
Yeah.
It's
It's
all good.
Is
it's
it
a
currently for
masterpiece.
sale?
No.
You're gonna hold
I
on to
would
it.
feel guilty selling that, to be honest.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep it for a backup and for
Sure.
my wife. So
Gotcha. There you go.
yeah,
Heck yeah, dude. I'm super looking forward to this next season on that sled for you,
me too. Oh man, I just
because you jumped on a Lynx last year for a little bit, not the turbo, right? But
I jumped on a 165 Boondocker,
Okay.
and that thing was just rowdy. I mean, it was almost as playful as my 155 Chaos, which was just nuts being a
Okay.
165.
yeah.
Because I mean, I haven't had that feeling for a while where you're like way up in the air and you're like, oh my gosh, and it just got there so super easy. So I was like, yeah, I'm impressed. I'm gonna try it.
Heck yeah. So why that versus just a Skidoo?
I mean, I don't really like the Flex Edge or the T-Motion.
Okay.
So I wanted that solid skid. I mean, other than that, there's pretty much no differences. So
Heck yeah.
that's
Okay.
all I was going for.
Gotcha. I'm excited for you to get it. Any idea on delivery?
No idea. I actually keep going into the dealership and bugging them. And I'm sure they're tired of me, but yeah,
Hey.
I've gone in there twice now, and they're like, no idea. We finally got our first shipment of Skidoos, but no links yet. So
Gotcha.
still waiting.
So speaking also about switching over, Scott, and you have disclosed this publicly,
have.
so ain't no shame talking about it. So yeah, I'll just let you take over the microphone from here. let the listeners know what's going on with you.
So this year I will be riding a Polaris. If you follow me on Instagram, you've already seen that. I'm working with a local dealer, All Sport. They're basically the biggest dealer in our area. Super cool guys, amazing every time I go in there. They're just so friendly and helpful and just stoked on snowmobiling, which is kind of one of the big reasons why I kind of made that switch. Had some previous experiences with another manufacturer, and it was kind of one of those situations where it was time to move up or move out. And ultimately, that's kind of where I made that decision. Plus, I just want to have fun. And that Matrix chassis looks so fun. I kind of was getting a little bit away from the whole reason why I'm doing all this stuff, and that's just my passion for the sport and pushing what can be done riding snowmobiles and growing in the industry in a positive way. So that's kind of the reason why. And I'm really excited about it. I think it's going to be one of the most rowdy sleds I've ever ridden. So.
Dude, I'm excited for you. So you've put on a couple of goodies so far. Why don't you take us through everything you've done so far, and then what else you have left?
I'm working with Reflash Northwest. They are a local aftermarket parts dealer. So far on this sled, it was a regular Pro Matrix, but I went ahead and put on the Chaos Geometry rails, bomber rails from Ice Age Performance. I have the Fox floats in there as well, which you have to switch shock lengths for the Chaos version anyway. So I was like, well, might as well upgrade. So got those through Reflash as well. And then I went ahead and did an Elevate kit also. So those are kind of the main ones. And then I also am riding for CNA Pro this year. So through the BXs on, super excited to run those. Stock skis in the past for jumping, I've just kind of aimed general direction of the jump and hold it wide open and hope for the best. And sometimes it went well and sometimes it didn't. So these will definitely help with that. So got a whole list of other things to do on the sled still, but that's so far what I have done.
Sure. Gotcha.
So
heck yeah. So new sleds for both of you going into the season. So obviously that's, huge in and of itself. But what are some other things, for you guys personally, that you guys are really looking forward to working on throughout this next upcoming season? Jump wise, trick wise, whatever.
I am going to be working on actually going riding. My wife is 36 weeks pregnant.
Oh boy, congrats.
Yeah, dude. In less than a month, I'm going to have a kid, but she understands the passion and, we're going to work together and figure this thing out. So it'll be really fun. But other than that, I plan on, practicing jumping a lot more. Scott got me really comfortable doing that last year. That was definitely a lot of fun. I'm glad I kind of added that to my playbook as far as snowmobiling goes.
Yeah, I'm excited. It was such a fun because a couple years ago, it was 2 years ago actually, we went over to Mount Baker in Washington and rode June 26. And I
remember seeing on your guys' stories.
Yeah, it was like the 100-degree weather, like one of the coolest experiences I'll ever have on the snowmobile. And it was cool because we both went over there and stuff. And he was like, I don't think I'm going to hit any jumps. I don't think I'm going to hit any jumps. Like,
this was absolutely before I hit any jumps, period.
Yeah. Okay.
And
zero experience.
I was like, no, we're going to build something. Yeah. So we built something. He just like sessioned it, hit it over and over and over again, got comfortable. And then the next morning went and built like a 50 or
it was probably 60
footer. And he was hitting it, clearing it, landing, like super comfortable. Stoked. I wish we could have filmed all of that.
Yeah, like if only.
it's kind of one of those things that it's like, well, I think both of us will never forget that trip. Like it was just so fun. We camped out on the sled deck. Like it was so
we set
warm
up
out.
two separate little one person tents and I think I forgot like a pad and so I was like sleeping on
lovely
on the skids.
But that was such a cool thing to watch him progress. And then last year we went to Sled Fest and we built some quite a bit bigger than what we had built at Baker, and he was hitting it and got comfortable. He was even turned the skis a little, throwing style.
Oh, there you go.
It was just like, all right, like this is cool. Watching that progression,
Talk about cool. Those big boy jumps that I still didn't hit. Those things are rad. On camera they obviously look big, but in person they're like out of this world.
They're so much fun. Yeah. That time in the air is just you can't beat it. Like I guess as we were talking about the kind of progression and like going into the season, obviously tree riding, we ride trees 85%,
all we
90% of the season locally. But for me, I guess I'm kind of have gotten more comfortable in the air, like taking the hand off, looking away from where I'm going, all that, like obviously throwing style, but I'm actually going to build a grab seat this year and try and work into those, like,
which is going to be very difficult with that seat.
Yeah, they're a little small. I think it's doable though. I just got to get a little bit more creative.
Sure. Yeah.
I think it'll be doable, and I'm looking forward to trying those. I'm excited about it. Yeah. I'm just excited about the season. It's man, I've never been this excited about snowmobiling, and I think a lot of it has to do with that switch and working with All Sport and riding a Polaris this year. So it'll be fun. We need to get down your way and ride.
Yeah. off camera, we were talking about that. We need to do a switch going down to Oregon. Because I mean, there's tons of places in Oregon I haven't even ridden. I haven't been anywhere over in that Bend area at all. Just Northeast Oregon, really. And just the one time there in February with Sled USA up here in Idaho is the only time I've been in Idaho. So, this year there's a lot of trips planned. I don't know if we were rolling yet, but we were talking about how, I don't know what's in the air, but there's just insane level of excitement going in across the board on everybody on social and everything. And I don't know exactly what it is or why. I don't care why, but I'm really looking forward to this season. Would love to ride with you guys up here. And do you guys have any trips planned right now, as of right now, on the books? Yeah.
Thanksgiving. In normal years, after Thanksgiving dinner, my buddies and I would drive up to Revelstoke or somewhere in Canada. Okay. Go ride early season snow, and then come back down here and break a bunch of parts because we were too excited about the snow up there. But probably going to try and do that this year. Yep. And then a New Year's trip to Revelstoke as well. And then we'll do Sled Fest again, I'm sure, just because it's like end of seasons. Everybody's sleds are kind of falling apart, and like, it's just such a good time. It's probably the funnest trips I've ever been on, but we'll probably do that. Do a couple, like, somewhat like 3 or 4 hour drives, locals, come down and ride with you guys. Yep. I don't know if Jayden's got any other plans.
No, Scott hit it all. Pretty much whatever he does, I do, and vice versa.
There you go.
Yeah. So
I'm excited. I've got a buddy over there that wants to go to Revelstoke as well. Neither of us had ever been, and then obviously the border is open now, so we're able to go up there. So they're thinking, I don't know, middle of December or very early January, for like a week.
Nice.
So I don't know exactly how that'll all come together, but so Revelstoke for sure, and then I had a trip planned to McCall, and I actually called you about it last minute, like the day of. Hey, we have a cabin.
Oh, that's right. I remember that. Yeah,
because you made a phone call to him, and you were busy with something with real estate or something. I think to make it happen or whatever. So we had to cancel that trip. So definitely want to hit McCall this year, and then want to go over to Albany Lodge out of Laramie, Wyoming.
Nice.
And ride over there. So those three are like my main pointers. And it's been 2-3. This will be 3 years since I've ridden in Montana where I grew up, so I definitely want to go back there too.
So where do you grow up then?
20 minutes from Seeley Lake.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, really super small town, Ovando, population of 65 people.
There we go. Right on.
So, so I would like to get back over there this year, but
that'd be sick.
Heck yeah.
Definitely. Well, let us know when you go over there.
That's, no kidding.
I got to drive right by you.
That's one of those 3 or 4 hour drives for us.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because you guys made it to Seeley last year, didn't you?
Yeah.
Well, briefly.
I did.
We went over together. Did we? No, it wasn't together. But we went over to film a web series video with 509 and with Caleb, Kyle, and then
David and
Trent Hooks was there. But I made it about.
He made it 6 miles down the road.
I don't even think it was 6 miles.
Maybe it was 3.
My motor blew up.
Yep.
So in your truck?
No. In his sled.
Oh, 6 miles. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I thought you meant leaving here.
Out
of your driveway. Your truck
he made
blew
it there.
Oh, made it there.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it wasn't until I got there that it blew up. But so I got towed back, and we pushed that sled back up onto the sled deck, and I went home that day. So not the day you want that to happen for sure, but it's all good. It's just part of the sport.
Yeah.
You know? So.
It was unfortunate how it happened. That was the bummer.
Yeah.
He installed the exhaust can, and I think it either burned or pinched his oil line going to his motor.
Well, what happened was snow builds up like in your toe, like where your stirrups, like, you know, and you jam it in there. Well, the oil lines on the cats are literally right behind that. So you jam snow in there, it pushes it into the can, and it melted it. So just suffocated oil. So.
It was very easy to find the problem.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, when I built my sled first ride out on the 850s where the pull rope is, there's like a little
pulley.
Yeah,
that wheel,
and you have to remove that. Well, I didn't know about that, and so the rope burnt against the can and just sucked it right back up in the housing. And I was up, in the mountains. Luckily, I was at the cabin, so I had a shop to, pull the housing off and get it fixed or whatever temporarily. But yeah, that's never any fun to burn shit like that. Absolutely. How are we sitting on time, Jeff? We're chilling, huh? Yeah. Hey. All right.
Sick.
Yeah. Let's go into that, and then we'll jam on some summer stuff. But so Coeur Freshies and you two meeting. So let's start off with the two of you, how you guys met.
It's a beautiful story, man.
It's a story.
I had just started Coeur Freshies, and I probably had 200 followers or 300 followers. Had 0 videos because it was preseason. So I was like posting stuff from a long time ago, and I hit up Scott and I'm like, "Hey, dude, we have like a really similar riding style. We should definitely go out and ride." And he just shot back like maybe 2 days later.
It wasn't 2 days. I mean,
with like, sorry, dude, my season's looking pretty booked. I don't know if we're gonna make it happen this year.
I don't want to sound dumb or anything, but I do get hit up a pretty good amount to go riding, and I'm all about trying to ride, and I do get booked up. Like it's not that I don't, but I kind of have a little bit of a go-to for getting out of that.
Yeah, sure. Well, I mean, it makes sense. Sometimes you have to. Like obviously, avalanche safety is a huge deal, and who you ride with just has to click with who you are.
Yeah, and the reality of it is too, there's a couple odd fellas.
Yeah, there's some people that just don't take it seriously, and it's unfortunate, but it's just how it is. And like I actually made a promise to my wife. I've had a couple of people that I would never ride with people that are unsafe or like drinking or smoking weed on the mountain. Like I'll tell them. I'll be like, all right,
happen.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure.
I'm not shy about that because the whole reason why we're here is to support an avalanche center. Like I take that very seriously. So, so back to the story.
Anyways, long story short, you hit me back and I think I just stayed persistent with it. I'm like, dude, we gotta go.
It was relentless.
And then fortune's in the follow-up, right? Just keep asking.
Yeah. Finally, I think it clicked that his wife played soccer with my wife.
When they were like 4 or 5 or something.
So he ended up hitting me up, and he's like, hey, we kind of have this mutual connection. I guess we can go.
I mean, it was a lot. It wasn't like
it was more
straight to the point like that, but yeah. And then we rode, and like the two of us kind of broke off from the group.
Yep.
Found this one little spot,
and it was bare bones. It was early season.
Yeah, it was sketchy, but we found this one spot that was steep.
and
deep. It was still deep, and we both went up and like
doing hopovers and bow ties.
Yeah, and then we were like, all right,
hooting and hollering and.
From there, the rest is history.
Yeah.
Then we just became friends and just rode pretty much every time we would ride. We'd ride together, and then just kind of took off from there. So,
yep.
Heck yeah.
That's the story.
There you go. That's a good one. Jeff, do you have something else to throw in? No? Okay, so change the subject a little bit here. How was your guys' summer? So I know Scott, real estate. And then Jayden, Killer Pest Control. Yep. Is that the name of it?
Sure
okay.
Is.
So let's jam a little bit on how your guys' summer was with business.
Want me to go first? Yep. Okay. It was good. It's definitely like slowed down. Markets change. Interest rates have gone up. You're a realtor. You know how it is. So definitely slowed down a little bit. There's so many people moving to this area though.
Sure.
So it's stayed pretty consistent as far as that goes. But and a lot of people with cash move into the area. So, yes, it slowed down, but it's still busy. Yep. So, but yeah, it's work, and I've been riding mountain bikes quite a bit in the summer.
I saw that,
Just, it's such a good exercise, and it's just so fun. I still get that feeling of being in the air, by being behind handlebars. So I was hitting that every day and working out. I actually hired a trainer this year to get in shape. Well, I mean, get in better shape, I should say, for snowmobiling, and excited about that. So yeah, and besides that, just work. That's my summer. So.
And what about you, Jayden? How was business this summer?
Really good. So I am currently, a year and a half, almost 2 years into a pest control business. So, I mean, that wasn't like something I dreamed of doing, but it kind of, the opportunity fell in my lap, and I am grateful that I took it. It's,
and he kills it too.
I kill it. The business name is Killer Pest Control, and I kill it.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's going good. I just passed 240 reoccurring clients, so that's awesome. Nice. The business is making a profit. I'm looking to hire someone in the spring. I actually found somebody, so that's a big win. Yeah, dude, it's just going up and up. So I'm excited.
What's your, it's probably not much, but what's your demand through the winter? Like, what does that look like?
So, I take care of rodents as well. So, right. I get those calls, but other than that, it's pretty low. I typically just plow snow in the winter. So
Gotcha. Okay.
So whenever it snows, I'm out. But, if it doesn't snow, I can go ride. So that's kind of.
It's like we get excited when it snows, but then we're also like not too much in town, so it's like, all right, dump in the mountains.
It's fun to play in. It sucks to work in.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
For the most part.
I'm not a morning person, and to plow snow, you got to get up at 2 a.m. every time. So
before everybody else
and
gets
then
in
I get a phone call at like 3 or 4 in the morning. Say, hey, you want to go ride today? Like, let's meet at like 5 or 4:30.
Yeah, I typically finish my route by 6, so it's like, as soon as my route's done and it's done snowing, I can go out and ride. So.
Oh my gosh.
You need sleep, You have
we need sleep.
Energy drinks. Yeah.
And pre-workout.
Pre-workout. Yeah.
No more of that.
No more of that. That was. I took a.
There's a story there.
There's a major crash story.
Let's go.
Yeah. Well, are you talking about the IPAC day?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had.
Scott's like never taken real.
I hadn't taken just the stuff that you shouldn't put in your body. And Jayden's got a full case of it in his truck, and we were going up for the day, and I had kind of hurt my knee a little bit earlier. It was like a couple weeks before that, and I was like, first ride out, and I was like, I just want to get.
He was just being a slug.
Yeah, no, whatever. I was trying to get popping ibuprofen, caffeine. Figured more caffeine the better, more jacked I got, and sure enough, I take a scoop of it dry and chug some water, and I was shaking.
Yeah,
I was doing push-ups. I was yelling, screaming. I was running all over the place. And that's I guess the story. And then I just
he had a major body crash. I
was just done.
Hit a wall,
I was exhausted, and then I was I'm ready to go back to the truck. So I don't do that anymore.
And he felt sick, and it was not good.
Yeah. So
learn from that lesson. Sounds like, huh?
Yeah, don't take sketchy pre-workout that's in Jayden's truck.
Sketchy.
It's sketchy. But no, it was good. It was a fun day.
So speaking of pre-workout and workout, let's jam on some fitness stuff. So you said you got a personal trainer. So what does your workout plan kind of look like?
As far as what days I do what, and just
a lot of
it's nutrition. I was working out regularly every day a week, or 5 days a week, and then weekends, rest days usually, or in the winter I'm riding, obviously. Yeah. But a lot of it's been nutrition, because I have a pretty slim body type, and I don't put on muscle very easily. So he's been able to really dial in nutrition and what I need to eat when and all that stuff. So supplementing all that. So
gotcha.
It's been good. I've been having a lot more energy. It's been waking up early hasn't been as big of a deal for me, which is nice. And I'm excited for the season. I'm excited to see the difference between last season and working out consistently, but adding more nutrition and all that stuff. So I'm excited about that. We'll see how it goes. And being on a super lightweight Polaris.
Hell yeah.
So might override it a little bit.
Yeah. Is there any like specific workouts that you do specifically for snowmobiling? So like, for example, like I'll do like a lot of like forearm and wrist workouts. I've definitely started increasing my cardio over the last, like, I don't know, 2-3 weeks. Is there anything specific that, because there's quite a few people that listen that,
for me, like I said, mountain biked a lot this summer. So what I was doing is, before it was dark so early or so late, I would get up early, go do like a 4-mile lap of mountain biking. It took, half hour or so. And then be done with that. And then in the evenings I'd hit the gym, and that was like my cardio. It kind of hit that, anaerobic and aerobic cardio, and then, moved into weights, just strictly weights at the gym. So that's kind of what my program was. I got to figure out, what to do now for the cardio. Might kind of do some HIIT training, that kind of stuff.
Sure.
But that's kind of what it looks like. So
Gotcha.
Just staying moving,
Right.
getting that heart rate up.
Yeah.
Because it's pretty much no matter what you do, you get to the mountains and you're huffing and puffing just because elevation change. I mean, there's no getting around it really. Right. So you just do the best you can and go ride.
Sure.
So
sure. Jayden, do you have a workout regimen that you follow or get started on before? No.
Okay. I don't really work out. I mean, I actually
went this morning.
This week. Yeah, I've been twice this week.
There you go. Heck yeah.
But yeah, no, typically I run a mile. And then like, that's just how I get warmed up. And then I'll just go do legs or bis and tris or, core or whatever. So
yeah,
I don't have a real strict plan. No.
He rides snowmobiles.
I ride snowmobiles and I don't stop. So that's kind of how I get in shape.
Gotcha.
I don't have that off switch on the mountain.
Energizer bunny.
Yeah, that's kind of what some people call me.
Which is super fun. Like, it makes it fun because it seems like most people stop. They just sit around, eat lunch, hang out. But
yeah, no, I actually hardly even bring a lunch. Like maybe a protein bar.
Not great. Yeah,
I know
that's not great advice to give to everybody either.
What I'm telling you is that, like, I literally don't stop. Like, I hate building a fire on the mountain because it just, your clothes thaw out and then you get wet and it sucks. I don't stop.
It's fun. It's really fun. Like, there's not too many people that do that where they just will ride. I mean, as long as we're not pulling out cameras and videoing and stuff like that.
Sure.
If there's strictly a day for just riding, it's like nonstop, and it's way more fun, I'd say.
I'd prefer that over anything else.
So
for sure.
Cover a lot more ground.
Because we're limited, right? With the days that we can even ride in a year. So might as well, if you're going to go ride, ride.
Exactly.
So I don't know. There's certain times where it's like, it's fine, but there's trips that I've been on where every 5 minutes is stop and have a beer.
Beer break.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Those are the rides that
like
I don't do.
If that's like, if that's the one time intention, like, that's fine. But I'm not real big on that. Like, the amount of time, energy, effort, money we put into snowmobiling, like, I want to ride.
Right.
Like, I can drink
a beer when I get to my shop. Yeah.
At the Coeur Freshies winter kickoff party.
Yeah, beers are going to be a-flowing tonight.
Yeah, you got that right. I think we have over 500 cans of beer here, and they were all given to us, which is phenomenal.
And we got more coming.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Which is insane, but
should have brought a couple kegs.
Well, so
we thought about that originally.
I kind of put a poll on Instagram actually about that last year, and everybody was like, "Don't do kegs; they're not cost efficient, and nobody knows how to set them up correct." So I was like, "Okay, cans are easy."
Oh well,
and then we just got helped out with Jason Bunker Bar, and then
the Bunker Bar helped us out this year and last year. They're
huge help.
They're incredible. They're in Post Falls. So
okay, nice.
Yep.
All right, so I'll talk a little bit about my fitness. So I don't even know, like a week or two off of, I just completed 75 hard.
Oh, nice.
So
I got to day 12 and I quit.
Okay. Why? What did you fail on?
I was not able to do a second workout.
Okay.
And then it made me restart and I got pissed off and I quit.
Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. Scott, have you ever done it?
I've never done it. No.
Yeah, it was great timing on my part because my birthday was on July 31st. So I was like, all right, August 1st, I'm going to start. And then there was like all these things that happened. Like I had to go to Heydays sober, which kind of sucks. I couldn't go to the after party or whatever, which we could have gone, but we had to get back and do footage.
You did
and
finish
stuff.
that, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so
Nice.
you're good.
Yeah.
You can drink tonight.
Yeah, I can drink tonight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, one or two. But yeah,
One or
yeah,
two.
that was October 15th. I finished it. So that was something for me to, I mean, 75 hard's more of like a discipline challenge than it is the workout thing, which for me, like most of that stuff, except for like the second workout, I pretty much do well. And I wasn't drinking a gallon of water either. And I was drinking alcohol. So most of that personal development stuff I'm pretty big on already. So it wasn't really that difficult for me. The most challenging aspect of it was just the logistics, right? So like traveling and stuff when we flew back to Minnesota and still getting everything in and all that kind of stuff. That was the most challenging aspect of it. But it was a good kickoff to, fitness into the winter. And for me right now, I'm going into the season the strongest I've ever been.
Nice.
And I was pretty strong last year too at this time. But
Oh, that's impressive.
Jeff's in the background laughing at him.
yeah, I don't know why, but
You don't know what strength is, buddy.
yeah, pretty much.
That 75 hard though, that's impressive. That's congratulations
Yeah,
on
dude.
that. I mean,
Thank you.
that's
That is
huge.
Yeah,
Huge.
thank you.
That's not an easy feat. So
Yeah.
that's cool.
The hardest part for me on that was actually drinking the gallon of water. Like I stayed true to that, and
Pee
I
so
don't
much.
I don't drink that much water ever.
Yeah.
I peed every 5 minutes.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I was like,
I still do that. I still do a gallon of water a day, and I still pee every
Yeah.
5 seconds. It's like nonstop.
never
Yeah.
ending.
I thought the gallon was going to be hard, but it was still pretty hot throughout the summer and stuff during most of that. So it really wasn't. And then the alcohol thing, like I've done several stints of no alcohol. Like 2019, I went like 6 months no alcohol. But for me, like I don't drink a lot, but I'll drink often,
Same.
right? Like I'll have two.
I'm the other way around.
Oh
Often?
yeah, actually I am. Yeah,
I'm
the
a
other way
very
around.
event oriented drinker.
Okay. Gotcha.
Scott swears that this is the last time he's gonna drink for like 6 months.
I don't.
That's how-
I think it will
dude.
be because snowmobiling. I don't. There's no other events.
What about Halloween parties?
I don't do that.
You're coming to the one with me next
And I'll
week.
come and I'll drink some water. Like, I don't. I just don't. I'm very, I guess, motivated for
Sure.
snowmobiling and
Yeah.
like
I mean,
take that
it's
side
aligned with your
seriously. And
goals.
like I originally, like when I started kind of snowmobiling more, taking it more seriously, I wouldn't on snowmobiling trips, wouldn't drink at all. Like that was my thing. And then I kind of finally realized that like, oh yeah, I'm still supposed to have fun here, So I would every once in a while, but for me, it's just like the kicking off for the season, you know, all those types of things that
Scott is an athlete at heart.
Sure.
I try to take it seriously.
Heck yeah.
I've been told that I take it too seriously sometimes.
Yeah, I
He
mean,
does.
it's okay.
Not
everybody sees your vision.
exactly.
So it's fine.
So,
It's fine.
but
Yeah, Jeff's the type where he like hardly ever drinks, but then he'll drink like a bottle of wine and projectile vomit onto the ceiling.
I want to see that.
tonight,
Sorry to throw you under the table.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, I don't like to consume a lot in one sitting, but I'm not afraid to have one every night. But since I've gotten off 75 hard, I've only drank on the weekends. Because usually it was like a weekday, run it up. But after doing 75 hard, I've only been doing on the weekends so far. But so did that give you some time to think about something fitness related, or it's over there giggling? No.
Have you continued doing anything that you kind of gained from 75 hard? Like, are you still consistent with anything?
I'm still consistent with the water. And then, well, with the exception of today, I'll still work out like so I'll hit the gym like 6 times a week, and then take like Sunday off. But I mean, like so like outside of the 75 hard, like I meditate, I read business books, I, journal, gratitude stuff, all that every day.
Cool.
Anyways.
Yeah.
But the big thing has definitely been, the water. And what's weird for me too, is like a couple days when I was short on water, like I'll get a really bad headache.
Same. I'd get the same thing.
And then another thing that I did is not required for 75 hard, but I also really love Bang and energy drinks.
I like Reigns.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I thought we were going to continue to be friends, but maybe not anymore.
They're the same thing.
So caffeine is like really big for me. So I went 75 hard with nothing but, I didn't drink anything but water and coffee.
That's impressive.
So no orange juice, no nothing, just water and coffee the entire time. And it's weird. Like I'm super, super affected by caffeine. Like if I don't have caffeine by like 10 a.m., I mean, I have a raging caffeine headache. Like
right now.
Okay.
Today's the first day I haven't had caffeine in like months.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I just forgot to grab one at the store this morning, and here we are.
Oh man! So you're partying it up with a migraine?
Yep.
Oh man, that's terrible. That sucks. I'm sorry. And it's weird too because like once the headache sets in, like you could rip an energy drink and you'll still have the headache.
Yep.
Or for me at least. I mean, I can't
Scott's
make it
like,
go
why
away.
don't you just go grab one? I'm like, because
It's too late.
It's here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Here to stay. But yeah.
I think you guys can talk about like maybe obviously you guys throw this party because it's fun, right? But there's a little more to it, I would imagine, right? Getting the community together and things like that.
Yeah.
Kind of talk about that a little
Yeah,
bit.
Gem on.
What that means to you guys to be able to have such a good turnout within this, you know.
Yeah, jam on that, and then jam on what you see for the future.
We got really lucky.
Talk about that.
Last year, I mean, when I said that I expected 10 people, I wasn't kidding. And then like 150 people showed up, and it was just like, okay, we got something here, and we need to roll on it. So that's what we did. And I mean, it's pretty cool to host something for the community, like you said. I mean, I meet all sorts of new people, and I think it's a cool opportunity just for them to meet each other and be like, oh, hey, like we have these common interests, and we should go ride together. And
There's a couple people I'm sure that'll be here this year too. In fact, I ran into them at the 509, one of their kickoff as well, and they showed up last year. Didn't know anybody.
Yeah.
They just had heard about it on Facebook. There's a few people that did that, and
funny story about that actually. One of the guys that just randomly showed up. So he saw it on like the Coeur d'Alene Snowmobile Club page, and this dude's literally I think 6'10", 6'10".
he's very tall.
Almost 7 foot.
He's the person that we don't give crap to for like having
tall bars.
Got it.
Like
Bars.
he moves. And I was, on the stage, we were tossing out swag, and I threw it on top of this propane heater on accident, some hat, and he was standing right next to it, and he literally it's like he looked down on it and just grabbed it,
picked it up and handed it to somebody.
And he handed it to somebody, and it's cool. But anyways, that's just another story.
Yeah.
Like just someone random, none of us knew. I went up and introduced myself to him, and yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, there's a few of those, and like the community thing, it's big, and obviously like we're doing a big raffle and donating all the proceeds to IPAC, the Avalanche Center. So
just trying to do our part in the community, I guess.
Yeah, and and have fun while doing it, which is exactly what this party is for. So
it's definitely a more relaxed, chill vibe than most snow shows. So
we're not at all corporate, so we can do pretty much whatever we want. So that's what we do, is whatever we want.
It's nice. Yep.
So it's fun, yeah.
And so you and I had talked a little bit about it, but what's the future of this kickoff that you want to try to get to?
Good
Well, we're
question.
talking about that tonight, actually announcing that tonight.
Yep.
Okay.
So we've
by the time this comes out,
that's
true.
everybody will already know.
We've had a ton of success, with the party and with the page, and we're gonna introduce Hayden Troop as kind of like a.
Or we have, I guess, at this point, we have introduced
him as part of the team, and he
officially. Yep.
He helps grow
That's
our
sick.
success, and we're helping him, so it's awesome. It's great.
He's a pretty incredible filmer and editor, and he just has such an amazing eye for all that stuff. And
kind of like you and Jeff, it just kind of works, man.
Yeah. And so we're actually going to be filming a full-length movie this year, featuring the three of us, and then premiering it at our next Coeur Freshies party. So not this one, but the following. So it'll be turned into a little bit more of a premiere, same vibes, everything, but we're going to be premiering a movie just like kind of how 509 used to do. And we, like growing up, I mean, it was every single year that I'd look forward to going to that 509 premiere. And kind of since they stopped doing it and moved into webisodes, which is awesome well.
Yeah, it's just
how
different.
It's a different vibe. So we still want to provide that to the community, and that's what we're going to do. That's kind of future outlook. So
after last year's party, Scott's like, we really need to capitalize on this, how it's going. It's fading away, so we need to step in. I was like, let's do it. Then we met Hayden, and everything just kind of fell into place.
And he's stoked. I mean, going into this year, last year we kind of fizzled out, like going into the spring riding, but
everybody got busy with work. So
this year we're gonna stick it out till the last snow on the mountains, and we're gonna film everything. It's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
So
it's a process. I mean, filming in the backcountry is no joke.
No.
You got that right.
I mean,
especially when
cold
you
hands,
you have Energizer Bunny over here that wants to just hit everything as soon as he sees it.
Got to take a chill pill for that.
But we've taught him a little bit on how to slow down and stop, get the camera out first, then go attack the hill. You know.
Yep.
I mean, once you set that as the game plan from the snow park, right? Like, we're going out and today's content day, and we're doing things specifically for that.
Right.
It's still hard to not do what you're trying to do there. But
well, also, I've never been, riding with a group of guys who, the only goal is to get content.
Sure.
So in the past, it was literally just everyone for themselves, go hit this hill. Like, we're going to have a good time. And I definitely had to learn, like, okay, you see a cool feature, like, let's chill out. Let's get a game plan and set up the camera. So
yeah. But you've also, like, in the trenches, reap the reward of the importance of that.
Absolutely.
Right? You guys have hit 10K on
Instagram.
So
he's at 14 now.
Just over 14.
And I hit 10, and it's really cool. Hayden's growing fast too. He's already at 3, and he was at 600 last year.
Clips.
Yeah, I think
so
grew like within the last 3 months or something.
2,000 followers.
2,000 followers. So
he's killing it. Yeah.
We're all 3 of us are super excited about the season. Like, just going into it, and all 3 of us as motivated as we are, and with Hayden being as stoked as he is, he's so jacked on this season. It's gonna be fun.
Is he from right here in Coeur d'Alene, or
he lives in Spokane?
Okay, gotcha. Nice.
Yep.
Heck yeah! Wow, I'm excited for that. That's pretty cool. Yeah. So, and then do you think by next year you're gonna try to aim for a bigger location?
That's the thing that I'm still trying to decide. I mean, we've talked about it a lot.
Yeah.
Like, we definitely want a bigger venue, but we want to keep the same feel. Like, like
understand.
Shot party,
we got a bonfire out front. So, if we can find a venue that can kind of accommodate some of those needs, at least, we'll definitely change. But, and it also depends on how many people show up tonight, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like last year we were stoked that there was 150 people, and we're expecting 200 this year, but we're still nervous nobody's going to show up. So we
got enough beer to give to like 300 people, and it's like, okay,
or more.
If 50 people show up tonight, what are we going to do?
Hey,
drink all of it. No. Event oriented drinking.
Jeff, you might have to stay. You might not be able to go back home tonight.
Yeah. Oh, that's I got a bed in the house.
You probably won't get to sleep in there.
That's funny. How are we on time? What time is it?
We should probably let those other guys. I saw Darren Teal. He's here.
Is there some of those other boys out there that want to come on? Okay.
I mean, with how limited on time you guys are, maybe they just hop in.
Yeah. You guys can always edit it.
Yeah, so we can.
I don't know, whatever you guys want to do.
I mean,
we can keep chatting for a minute, and you can grab them. Just ask for Darren Teal. Maybe.
Yeah, sure.
Sure. Yeah.
Sure.
That'll work.
Hell yeah. Should how do we want to do that? Should we separate it for another episode, or?
I mean, you can just restart it if you want.
Yeah, let's do that. That way it gives me another episode. So let's do put you boys on the spot.
Sure.
Sled talk question.
I knew you were gonna ask.
Oh, great.
Oh my god.
Whoever wants to start.
Go for it, Scotty.
Go ahead. You go for it. You're first. I gotta think.
What's your opinion on people who have naturally aspirated sleds and turbo sleds? Should everyone have a turbo sled?
No.
Exactly.
Definitely
That's
not.
what I'm getting at. But I want the viewers to answer.
Good question. Scott?
I don't know. This is a tough one. I feel like yours was really good. The NA versus turbo question, but do you think that? Oh man, I'm just gonna go back to the classic. What do you think the best sled mod is? We'll go with that one.
Heck yeah.
So yeah.
All right. You guys heard it. Comment below with your answers. Let us know. But I want you guys to answer your questions.
Oh, geez.
Each.
Yeah. I'm glad you asked. No, I'm just kidding. So, I mean, I
think you should answer my question
let's
and
do
I'll
that.
answer
Let's
your
do that.
question.
There you
How's
go.
that sound?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
What was your question?
Best
Mine,
mods.
Best sled mod. If you could choose one, what would it be?
If money wasn't an option
No
or an
money
issue.
up.
Well,
Yep.
That's
Don't
good
look
question.
at that.
No, I'm what do I like the most? Man, dude, it depends. It's like, do I choose strength? I mean, I've never done like engine mods or anything to make your sled faster. I would say a tunnel chop.
Okay.
It obviously doesn't make you like be able to do hopovers and bow ties, but it just makes them so much more fun,
Sure.
more enjoyable. So
Okay. So let
I would agree with that.
me ask you this. So if because I was going to break it down specifically, your one and only mod that you could do if you were constantly all the time tree riding, would it be a tunnel chop?
absolutely.
Okay. What's the one and only mod that you would do if you were jumping?
Shocks.
Got it.
100%.
I mean, I
agree
don't
with
know
that
what
too.
else you would do.
Okay.
I mean,
Yep.
I mean the skis help, but what else? I
like
don't know.
durability, but even like if you did aftermarket shocks or shock tuning, like it saves all of the other components because the correct components are taking the impact, and that's the shocks. So
Yep.
yeah. So yeah, I guess
Yeah,
the
turbo,
answer turbo
NA.
versus not turbo. So obviously Jayden's riding a turbo this year and I'm not. So I'm a little bit biased towards the NA option. I think it takes I don't want to say I think
Go
I
ahead,
think
say it. Rip into me.
it'll put a smile on your face. I think the turbos put more of a smile on your face, but your overall abilities, I think, are really shown on an NA sled versus a turbo.
No, I completely agree with that.
Because riders that their skill level is not quite as high, they hop on a turbo and it's like they've just jumped like 5 years in skills, and sometimes it's out of control and sketchy, which doesn't always go well. But
It's a lot like someone going from like a 2008 Skidoo to a 2020 Polaris or something like that. It's like it's just a cheat code to getting better.
yeah, exactly. So I think that's a way to look at it. But as far as the fun factor goes, a turbo is always going to put more of a smile on your face.
And that's a lot of the reason why I did it too. Because last year I rented that Matrix boost.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, dude! I just had so much fun. I thought it would like be a major workout, but it actually made everything easier. Like hopovers and bow ties, it was just the sled did it. All I had to do was kind of hang on and point. So
I think that's a great example.
Exactly.
Right there. But
So-
again, it's the fun factor.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody doesn't enjoy doing wheelies all day long. Like,
Sure.
So,
speaking of David
anyways.
McKinney,
yeah, turbo silver turbos, Reflash Northwest right there. Just drove up.
cool, man. Well,
Sweet.
we're gonna
Yeah.
grab the other guys.
I need to go grab a coat. And
Yeah,
let's
I'm
keep
freezing.
rolling.
I am so cold. I feel like I'm shaking.
Yep.
Cut. Summertime on winter fresh. I put her legs behind her head. Night she gonna bed. Bye bye. Every day it's a new test. I just keep chasing these chicks. Living life with no regrets.